Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hello and welcome to Talking with TalksALot, featuring my good buddy, 32 Flavors of Nickweiser.
Hello.
How's everybody doing? How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm happy to be on here talking with the TalksALot. This is going to be fun, and very thankful that you got to get this back on and having me being the invitee to it. So thank you for having me on. It's going to be fun. And we get to stream twice together today, too, on top of it all. So it's like, oh, we're going to get to know each other very well today.
Hell yeah. Could be scary. So, rumor has it you're into food.
Oh, that's the word on the street. It's all about the gluten-filled, sodium-filled, calcium-filled, sugar-filled. Oh, that's the rumors are all true, man. They're all true. No fake news here.
That's good to know, because I myself have an inner fat kid. I call myself trans fat. That means I'm a fat person in a skinny person's body. So, you know, things work out sometimes.
I wish I had taken that one.
Yeah, I'm
damn.
making a shirt. I was gonna make a shirt, but then Teespring saw like, we're discontinuing all your products, so now I'm gonna tear down my Teespring. Yeah.
Oh,
so don't go buy anything from them. They're douchebags.
Dude, what do they do with your merch?
They're just discontinuing everything. Like they're all like, these are the products we're discontinuing, and it's basically all my T-shirts and stuff like that, because they're no longer carrying the specific T-shirts anymore. And I'm like, I don't want to go in and remake all of my T-shirts. I have like 70 of them, so nope.
Wow, dude. Yeah, you will. I think Drunk 3PO's got a company that he does that. Apparently the material's really good. Oh, 9 Line. Okay.
9 Line does some great stuff. I got the Welcome to the Rebellion shirt. It's really nice. It's too cold to wear it today for me.
Yeah,
but,
and
you know.
Oh, I know, and I think I'm sure there may be a possibility that it may cost more, but dude, like I'll just, this is just me personally speaking, but I'll spend extra money if I get quality. Like I have no problem spending the extra several dollars if it means I'm gonna get something that's gonna work beautiful. Because did Comics show you the photo? What happened with his Dix Division shirt?
You guys told me about it, but I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, dude, I barely wore that thing. You saw me wear it in Vegas, and then not even a month later, the design was shredded. So
I had that happen to one of my first T-shirts too.
Oh,
so. Yeah,
bastards.
Well, oh well.
Yes,
it just means that these companies get to lose our creative business, and that's their loss.
It is. We will go elsewhere. We'll whore ourselves elsewhere.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So to get directly into the discussion, do you like donuts?
Oh, dude, I love donuts. Straight up, I'm a donut-aholic.
What's your favorite kind of donut?
Oh, man. All right, this is a very conflicting thing, because I'll say some of my all-time favorites, and I will get to a favorite. One of my favorites is I love double chocolate. I like a good blueberry. Apple cider is great. Pumpkin donuts are great. I will not apologize because pumpkin donuts are great, and that's a hill I will die on. But if there's one I'm going to say is the be-all, end-all, I'm going to go with buttermilk. If you, sir, have not had buttermilk, I would highly stress you get a buttermilk. So what do you got as far as donuts?
My favorite donut is the candied bacon maple Bismarck.
Oh, see, that's one I wish I had thought of. But I would say that ranks with the double chocolates and all them.
Those specialty donuts, like the cupcakes these days, have gone insane. I've seen some stuff like, how would you make that a donut? And like the Bismarck is filled with caramel cream, and it's topped with candied bacon and just maple goodness. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get diabetes from this. It's the most tasty diabetes you could ever get.
You know, some things, what was that Morpheus said in The Matrix? Isn't this worth fighting for? Isn't this worth dying for?
It is.
I see so.
The beauty of living in a first world country is the simple fact that we get to enjoy a lot of decadent things, like fatty bacon donuts.
Oh, yeah.
Get your cholesterol checked.
We are not doctors for the 800th time.
So, what's the most jacked up foodstuffs you've ever seen?
Oh, Jed.
Like, you're all like, I can't believe people eat that. I feel like you have a broad taste, so it would probably be pretty
when I
specific.
see things, I'm like, I can't believe people eat that. I saw this broccoli, cauliflower, kale pizza crust, and I'm like, yeah, that's a real item. And I won't say the place where it comes from, but it came from a place I was employed at. They sold it through an employer, and I'm thinking to myself, who would eat this? And if you remember, like back in March of last year, like all the grocery stores were clearing out of the shelves. I remember this very instance specifically because all the frozen is cleared, but that broccoli, cauliflower, kale pizza crust, the stack was full. No one touches. It's like people could be like inches away from their death, and they're like, I'm still not going to touch that. So
Right.
It was also funny to see it hide. So like, that's the item that did sell.
Right.
Even when all else is failing in the world, people still won't touch it. But yeah, there are a few people I've seen that. I've seen this vegan jackfruit cakes. I'm
Ew.
like, oh yeah, dude, trust me. I've seen
Vegan.
some bottom of the barrel nastiness. I'm like, ugh. This is gonna be a controversial one because I know a lot of people will disagree with me on this one. I don't like hummus at all. That's one of my evils of the world.
I hear that a lot, actually. Like,
Really, I
there's
get a lot of people who love it.
I'm actually very selective on my hummus. I
Okay.
will pretty much only eat the red pepper hummus because all the other ones just kind of remind me of baby poop. And I'm like, I didn't really care for baby poop when I was changing diapers. I'm not going to buy it to eat it.
Yeah, I can't do that. But yeah, I like a lot of things. I love Chinese, I love Japanese, I love Thai, I love Mexican, Puerto Rican.
Do you
you
like
name it.
Indian food?
I don't hate it, but I'm not necessarily into it. There's been some things that have been very bad, but there's been some good things. I'm like, okay, this is all right. It really usually falls back on the curry. The curry is very hit or miss on things.
Yeah,
And
sometimes they overdo that just a little too much.
yes, and that can be a killer of that recipe.
Yes. Yes. What is that one really gross thing that the Asians are into?
Oh
What is
God,
I can't. It's not kimchi.
kimchi.
It starts with a P. Dang it! Now I can't remember. It's a patchouli, maybe. Yeah, dude, patchouli's gross.
I've never had patchouli.
Patchouli, dude. I walked into a house one day while we were looking to buy things, and the whole house smelled like patchouli. And I was like, we're done. I don't need to see any more of this house. It smells like old feet. I'd rather live in my TV box.
A TV box filled with gluten mania. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm trying to think what other weird, like terrible, nasty things have I seen. I mean, I'm pretty good at avoiding those things, so that helps my advantage. Like it's just like, well, you know me. I see like a freaking like thing. I'm like, oh, let's make a salt mine of it. Shake, shake. I just go for I just like add everything. Oh, I'm very terrified of people who like their fries and they say they want no salt on it. Like I
No
think that's
salt
kind
on fries. That's like blasphemy in the
It
food world.
is.
That's
It's
terrible.
probably an undercover crooked cop that's trying to like get me or
Right.
something. And I'm just like, all right, dude, you better get out of here now. I'm not dealing with you. I don't know you. You're dead to me. So out.
Right. I don't care if you have heart problems or whatever. If you get unsalted fries, then you're living your life wrong. Period. And
Just
if you
don't
don't
eat the
like the
fries.
ones with the seasoning on it, that's like that really weird seasoning they put on
Yes.
fries at steakhouses and stuff.
Yeah.
That's really good too.
Yes, it is.
Except I have seen some people drown their French fries in that. And I'm like, don't you like French fries?
You still gotta enjoy the fry for what it is too. It's a balance. It's a
like
balance thing.
It's like going to Burger King and they just slop too much mayo on your shit. And you're like, now I can't enjoy this. I feel like I'm in a Johnny Sins thing and it's just going to blow up all over my face. And it's not okay.
Johnny says, "Oh, that's good." Overkill is definitely a real thing. Yeah, that one's an ender, and so is anchovies. Like, I don't like the anchovies is so blasphemous. Like, I'm not necessarily into pineapple on pizza, but I don't necessarily hate it either. It's just kind of like if it's there and it's free, I'll eat it. But I'm not really gonna. You're not gonna catch me spending it, like, or even have some undercover bill underground about getting it. It's just I won't spend it. But I'll eat if it's free. Now, anchovies, that's the real battle that the news is trying to distract us from. Where they keep on talking about pineapple. I'm like, no, anchovies is the real war, dudes. Real war.
Don't put fish on my pizza.
Ugh.
That's not okay.
Oh.
Speaking of pizza, I have a question.
Yes.
My bucket list consists of basically restaurants and foodstuffs. So, since you're in the Chicago area, let's say, have you ever been to Legrato's Pizza in Peru, Illinois?
I have not. I know of it, but I've not been there yet. One day I hope to be.
It is on my bucket list because most of the people from the area and a lot of people from Chicago that I talk to say that Legrato's is the best place for pizza. So if I ever make it out that way, that's my bucket list.
Okay.
Peru.
If I'm going to give you a bucket list, which you should definitely take into consideration, the Southside Chicago, Vito and Nick's Pizza, they've been there for over 80 years. I think that should stay everything when the company's been there for over 80 years. Yeah. So it's one location, cash only still too. They're still cash only. So it's historical pizza. I know Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports actually did a review for it. It's actually one of the highest rated Chicago pizzas he gave it, which is funny because he's usually not wild about them, if not the highest rated he gave it. So he actually was very fond of that one. He's not even wild about the Chicago pizzas. For that one to strike a nerve, it tells you everything. Yes.
Yeah.
You want Vito
I'm
next.
writing it down.
No, dude. Yeah, trust me. You want Vito next. And if I'm in town, I'd be glad to join you. I'll buy even if a man's got to. Seriously, I'd be glad to cover that bill.
And where is that?
Southside Chicago.
Southside Chicago. All right. Literally adding it to my bucket list as we speak.
Yes. No, dude. No, you should. That's a good thing to have. Also, the original Kuma's Corner. I know you guys got one Kuma's at Kuma's Corner, Kumas Corner. They got like gourmet burgers, not like your traditional burger, but they're like gourmet where they're super decked out in fancy recipes. I would say if you want to give people a good like heart attack on a bun, like for a visual, we can look at their menu on the screen here and show what the Slayer burger looks like. It looks exactly like what's a Slayer burger. If you took what Slayer sounds like and made it into a burger, it lives up to the namesake. Yeah, and they name all their burgers after metal or super heavy rock bands. And yeah, the Slayer is just a monstrous mountain of food. Like,
and this place was called what now?
Kuma's, Kumas Corner. It's on Belmont and Belmont and Western in Chicago. It's the original location because there's Kuma's. There's Kuma's on 666 Diversey. There's Kuma's West Side. But I always stress the original location on Belmont and Western. It's the one. Seriously, like it's the one. You want to see a photo of the Slayer burger. This is something everyone should look at in their lifetime before they die.
Slayer burger.
Oh, that's it. That's a Slayer burger to the right. Yep. Now, if you look on the Kuma's website, they list off all the ingredients in that plate. Oh, yeah. They've done Slayer eating contests for it, too.
That looks delicious.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's a hard meal to eat. I have finished the entire thing before. I have done that. I don't recommend it, but, dude, it's so good.
Dude, that looks yummy as shit. All right. So since we're talking pizza and food, let's play Would You Eat That?
All right.
Let's start with this, since you love fish so much. As you can see here, we have full anchovies with bananas, pineapple, and burned cheese.
Oh, man, I'm conflicted on this one. This is tough because I don't hate pineapple, but it does go well with certain things, and I love burnt cheese. I feel like burnt cheese covers up for the flaws of many of things. So, Are you talking about would you eat that on a default basis or in like an all else fails world?
Well, knowing you, you'd probably eat anything and an all else fails, so let's go with on a general basis.
General basis, I'll eat it if it's free, but generally speaking, I will not go out of my way to spend money on something like this. What about you? Where do you stand on this?
I wouldn't eat this if I were starving to death. I'm fairly certain I would start eating my own hand before I ate this. Just saying. And before we move on to number 2, let's take a moment to recognize the chat.
Oh, yes.
Brightest day. Yes, it's probably a very good thing you've already eaten because it's gonna get worse.
Oh, it's only gonna get worse.
And then we have Omega Star Productions. Hail, brother. I hope you're doing well.
Sup?
And then, of course, Germ 404 not found. That's my brother.
Oh, what's
an actual
up,
picture
Germ?
of him too, if you look. Yes.
I guess he's found.
And Sherry, yes, I agree. That's nasty. But as I said, it gets worse.
Hello, Sherry.
Your Muslim uncle.
Yo.
Bananas, pineapple, and fish is not something I'm interested in. And yes, the fried egg in the middle is the coup de grace. The pièce de la résistance.
Ooh.
But now, for something a little different.
All right, cowabunga it is.
Kiwi pizza.
No. Hard, no. And I don't like kiwis in general, so this is one of the hardest no's ever. Where do you stand on this one?
Now, I wouldn't eat this pizza, but if it were the bird kiwi, I might actually eat it.
Oh, and why so? What makes the bird kiwi different?
It's crunchy meat.
Oh, crunchy. Okay, you got a good point. So it makes it more bearable. Makes it slightly more bearable. Okay.
Yes, and if you put the whole bird on the pizza, it actually takes up about the same amount of space as the fruit.
Oh, okay. Yep. Germ says I'd do it.
I'd do it. Yeah, you would. JK, bro. JK. Okay, and now moving on to something slightly more. This is actually the DiGiorno's pizza and cookies combo done completely wrong. As you see on top of these are chocolate chip cookies baked directly into a pepperoni pizza.
Wow. I mean, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a genuine shot. That's where I stand on that one. I give it a shot. I don't know what that combination. Oh my god! What was that?
I'm jumping around. I apologize. We'll get there in a minute. Anyway.
Okay. I give us a shot. I love the two things, but just because you love two things doesn't mean that they're always going to go together. And I have to agree with Sherry here. This is a why, but at the end of the day, I definitely give it a shot. So I would eat it. I would.
You know, I probably would too. After enough weed, everything tastes fine.
All right, it's kind of like we've had enough to drink, and all of a sudden the drinks start to taste the same. You don't realize how drunk you've gotten at that point. It's just like, oh, I'm fine. It all tastes the same.
All right, and now we're moving on to one. This is an octopus burger from South Malaysia. Mm-hmm. I personally would eat this. As you can see, it's got some tangy barbecue sauce and some mushrooms on it.
I'm going to disagree on this one with you, but I'm going to say no. I've tried octopus, and it just does not cut out.
Not a fan.
Not. No. I want to like it. Dude, you know me. I'm a carnivore, man. And this one does not register with me. I would like to see you eating it, though, so I could see like the tentacle.
Dude, yeah. I would make a whole video out of that. I'd make sure I'd be like, look, I'm Davy Jones. That would be fantastic.
Oh, I love it.
He gets it. Yeah, we're on the same wavelength.
Oh, just like that, huh?
Malaysians haven't been wrong on cola with fruit, so I would try it. Why not? I mean, Some things look gross, but they could be tasty. This looks delicious and is probably great.
It's probably definitely not far from the worst thing I would have ever had. That's for sure. I can concede to that.
How about this one? As you can see here, this is more of a food challenge than anything, but If you take a close enough look, you can see that it looks like they have coleslaw at the bottom, French fries and tater tots, maybe corn, some ground beef and bacon bits with the fried cheese, and it looks like it's topped with a ham sandwich.
I give it a shot. I mean, I like everything on here besides coleslaw. So, but I'd still go for it. I would say I couldn't finish this all myself. I don't even know if Matt Stoney can finish this all himself as well. Shout out to Matt Stoney. Well, if anyone doesn't know who he is, you don't know who he is, you should, because that guy's like the king of eating. He's a legend. Yeah, this is a gigantic plate of food. This would probably take me like 4 or 5 meals to finish.
Well, if you look at the faces of the individuals that are getting ready to enjoy it, this man pretty much says it all. Even his double chin looks surprised.
This
This man is currently questioning every choice he's made in his existence.
Oh, yeah.
This is literally a cheesecake. Yes,
Wow. A literal
this is cheese. A
cheesecake.
literal cheesecake.
Oh my god. So would there be like the cake mix on the inside? See, that's how's this divided? Is this just like all
cheese.
strictly made of cheese?
It's all cheese.
Yeah,
its outside is
it.
American cheese. The inside is 36 different blends of cheeses.
I do it, and here's why I do it. Because, I mean, when I buy those giant slabs of cheese, it's like you're having a cake slice anyway, but with cheese. And especially if it's something like Gouda. Oh, I'm all in on that Gouda, man. I'm all in. So, yeah, I go for this. Where do you stand on this one?
I might try a piece.
Try a
but
piece?
honestly,
Yeah. Like
I feel like that one would require some, like, going to confession afterwards. Like, forgive me, Daddy, I've been a bad boy. Not even real cheese. You're right, Sherry. American cheese is probably 2 steps from plastic. But we do what we can in our poverty-ridden world.
You know what? It probably isn't, but I'd still go for it anyway. I mean, I'm the same way with white chocolate. I can be the first to concede it's probably not real chocolate, but I'll still eat the hell out of white chocolate. Because when something's good, it's good.
Damn right. If it's good, eat it.
What we got here? All right.
Now, this one, of course, is a joke, but why not? Ground beef Pop-Tarts.
I like how it says grass-fed, never frozen. No. Oh, I'm definitely not going to eat those Pop-Tarts. No.
Oh, come on. You're supposed to be a man of culture.
Oh, dude, I'm the carnivore, and I'm just like... But then again, here's the thing, though. I realize I'm kind of contradicting myself here. Here's where
everyone has the same...
Here's where I contradict myself here. I've had the Lay's potato chips that have the they have the Jamaican beef chicken flavor. Oh, and I'll tell you what, man, it tastes just like jerk chicken. I love my Jamaican jerk chicken. It tastes like I mean that, but in the form of a chip. So I guess if I can eat it from a form of a potato chip, what makes a Pop-Tart so different?
I guess
I'd give it a shot.
It might be uncooked.
Yeah, maybe I give it a shot. I don't know if it doesn't mean obviously I'll like it because I've had some, certain flavored chips and they'd not be good. Like there's that one hot sauce, the Tabasco sauce. I can't remember the brand, but it's the white and red bottle. And I have flavored those chips, and that was terrible. So I'd give it a shot. I know everyone's going to be gross. I'd try it, but I'd give it a shot. Maybe throw up after if I have to.
Throw it back up if you have to. You probably would, yes. And of course, now to the piece de la resistance, the thickest turkey sandwich you've ever seen. Would you eat that ass?
Thick. I'd give it a shot. Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. I don't know if I'll finish it or in one meal, but I'll give it a shot. Yeah, what do you think about this and the beef one particular?
Well, the beef I don't do Pop-Tarts because honestly I felt like I've always been too rich and too honest for that. Okay. Even though I only make about $3 a day, I still wouldn't eat ground beef Pop-Tarts. That's gross. I'd give that to some kids in Africa, though. For sure.
Here's some ground beef Pop Tarts to lift
You'd
you
say
out
you're
of that
starving?
poverty.
Prove it.
Oh, too good.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I love
I got a
it.
second monitor set up, and I forgot how to use it already. God.
It's okay. I still gotta learn. I still need to get one and learn how to use it. So I've got some uphill battle here to go too. Well, I'm glad the chat is being entertained by this. I'm
Indeed.
very glad because
I thought for a second that they might just be like, ew, I'm leaving.
yeah, right. And so they're sticking around like, how are these guys gonna top themselves with the grossness?
I do what
How
I
are
can.
they gonna do it? Oh man.
So, moving on with our food discussions, do you have a set, like, meal schedule for your week, like people do Taco Tuesdays, Meatloaf Mondays, stuff like that? Or are you just like, this is the brand of fat I feel like being today. Let's go here.
It runs on two things. That one that you just listed. The other is when am I gonna have pizza next?
Yes, indeed.
Those are the two things I survive on. What's the next fattening thing versus when am I gonna have pizza? Those are the two. That's it.
Pizza's a big deal for a lot of people. And what's your favorite kind of pizza? Like,
Ooh. Now, if I want to go meat ingredients, I'm going to stress this. Meat ingredients, I'm probably going to go with I'm pretty traditional. Like I like pepperoni or sausage or bacon. So anything around the lines of those. But if I want to go for a good non-meat pizza, I go half garlic, half jalapenos. That is a great combination. What makes that combination great is there's one thing I've learned best about garlic on pizza is that it's something that works better on its own. Because every time I've had garlic with like another topping, for some reason, the other topping draws out the flavor of the garlic. So when you have the garlic on its own merits, oh, it works wonders. I'd say like same thing with the jalapeno. I think the jalapeno blends in with the other toppings, so it doesn't get as much spice. When you have the jalapeno on its own, you get the full kick with it, and I love it. So half jalapeno, half garlic is an amazing combination. I couldn't stress it enough.
nice. Very good. My personal favorite is a taco pizza. We get it
Okay.
from a local pizza place called Granelli's. They're old Chicago style pizza, but
Ooh.
they do a taco pizza that I don't know how to describe it, but they outperform taco places in making good taco meat. And I'm talking like some of the best taco places I have in town don't make as good as taco meat as the pizza place does.
Wow.
It's insane. And they top it with whatever else you want. But if you just get it plain, put the shredded lettuce on top of it, and then fold it in half, you can convince yourself you're eating a pizza taco instead. It's a double brain blower.
Yeah, my mind's kind of like, isn't that funny how that works? That the pizzeria brings in the better meat for a pizza than the actual taco joints that do. That is, it also doesn't sound real, but what we've learned the last 2 years is to now start believing in the impossible, and I think that just further solidifies that notion. You made me want to go out there just to try this place. I would, man. Ooh.
Hey, man, if you're ever in Colorado, hit me up. I'll take you to some foodstuffs.
Oh, I want to hit a few of them together. It'll be glorious.
Indeed. So, to touch on, of course, a very controversial topic. Sherry says, I feel like I should confess that I like pineapple and jalapeno pizza. I will chime in and say that is one of my favorite pizza combos that's ever existed. The pineapple pepperoni is also great, but pepperoni, jalapeno, pineapple, and personally I like ham, but I understand if you don't eat meat. But pineapple goes on pizza. I don't care what anybody says. What are your thoughts, Nick?
Well, as mentioned much earlier, like I'm not necessarily into pineapple where it's like I have to have it. Like if it's for free, I will eat it. I have no problems eating it. It's just kind of there for me. I don't honestly understand the like or dislike for it. I'm just not really into it. Like it's one of those things where I see it as like I'm trying to think here. trying to think what's a. I find it better than toppings like mushrooms, but not as good as toppings like garlic and jalapeno. So it's just kind of there for me. It really just kind of lies in the middle as a gray area. And as I mentioned earlier, the real battle is with anchovies. I will never understand the controversy of pineapple when there's a whole other war that needs acknowledgement that we're not talking about. So that's the real conversation for me. So yeah, it's just whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a fair assessment. So we all know, well, anyone who watches your stuff knows that you've got a soft spot for breakfast cereals.
Yes. Yes. Oh yeah.
What was your favorite breakfast cereal growing up?
Oh, easy. Waffle Crisp. I mean, I've had many favorite cereals over the years, but Waffle Crisp really, like, that is the one. Like, it was 1998, maybe 99 at latest. I had it in a regular bowl. I was 11 or 12 then, and I remember being so blown away by the cereal that I went to the kitchen and went and got a popcorn bowl and then poured the rest of the box in the bowl. I took the gallon of milk out and poured the entire gallon of milk into the popcorn bowl, and yeah, the whole giant fat ass bowl of Waffle Crisp cereal, and it was fantastic. And I would become so attached to that cereal for years and years on end. I think then they discontinued it around 2018 or 19. And so that was a very heartbreaking moment. There was another one that I liked, the Blueberry Pancake Crunch. It was a limited run from the Captain Crunch line. Blueberry Pancake Crunch was phenomenal. It was a super limited run. I bought like 15 boxes of that. Dude, I hated it when it was gone. And then lastly but not leastly, when the Spider-Man animated series was a huge hit show, you got spam. The Spider-Man show was a huge hit in the mid '90s. There was there was a cereal on the show, and like you could buy enough of the cereal box tops, so you could say you could get like a cool Spider-Man bowl, or get a cool trading card. So I was like, holy shit! Like, of course I had to get in the cereal, and I did. It was wonderful. I love that cereal. So those were my top three. And of course, there's plenty of good other ones. Like Cookie Crisp is great, Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Puffs, Cocoa Krispies. There's been many great cereals. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Apple Toast Crunch. So yeah, there's plenty of them. What's your stance on the cereal world?
Well, I'm a weirdo when it comes to cereal.
Okay.
I love the sugary cereals and stuff. My favorite sugary cereal being Fruity Pebbles. But when it boils down to it, I personally like Rice Krispies. I know that sounds strange, very bland, and I don't eat them with sugar. But I can eat like a 3-pound bag of Rice Krispies treats in a single sitting. Of Rice Krispies in general in a sitting, like just Rice Krispies. But I'd have to say my favorite childhood cereal was probably... That's a hard choice.
That sounds like it's a tough choice. I like the Rice Krispies treats.
Rice Krispie treats are good.
Yeah, treats are great.
Did you see that they're making those Rice Krispie treats with Fruity Pebbles and stuff now, actually selling them in boxes?
Yeah, I did see them. I did not try them. There's another one that I liked recently.
Crunch berries.
Crunch berries, yeah. There's another one I like that's really underrated if you can find it. It's when you go to the gas station, they have like all like small packages of things, and there's the Nutter Butter cookies. They have Nutter Butter cereal out here, and that cereal freaking rules. Yeah,
Nutter Butters are so good.
They have a cereal. Oh yeah, and there's also the Girl Scout cookies. They have the Thin Mints for the Girl Scout cookies. There's a Girl Scout cookie Thin Mint cereal, dude.
That's my favorite Girl Scout cookie too.
Oh, you would love this cereal.
I'll get down on that.
You'd get down on the entire bowl. You'd smoke that bowl.
I would. I'd probably just eat the box straight. Honestly,
just eat the milk. Just pour the gallon of milk into the cereal bag and just eat from the bag. Oh wow, your Muslim uncle over here.
Yes, Cocoa Krispier and Chocolate Pebbles remind me of watching Doctor Who on Sunday nights in the 80s. That's awesome. It's amazing how food can bring back some childhood memories like that. Like eating pizza and watching CSI for me, growing up
Yeah.
watching CSI and all the crime dramas and stuff. Like, do you have any specific foods that you have to eat while you're doing specific things? Like watching movies. Obviously, everyone has popcorn, but do you have a movie snack?
I mean, if it's at a theater, it's gotta be popcorn with the extra butter. My whole rule of life is if the movie theater does not have a self-serve extra butter station, I don't go to that theater. I don't give them acknowledgement. So I got to have extra butter, and also if the theater's got like their little seasonings as well, that's not required as much, like the butter station, but that's a big old bonus. So popcorn, if I'm at the theater at home, I usually just get a frozen pizza going, or if I can time it out well, do delivery. So either or.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Germ 404. Nick looks like he plays Dark Souls, digging the Megadeth. That Megadeth is awesome.
That is Dave Mustaine's signature right up there, if you can see it.
Nice.
Yeah, as Dave Mustaine said, I was at the C2E2 convention 2019. He was there, and shockingly, for free. Yeah, you can see it better. There you go. You can see it better. Yeah, that's his signature up there.
That's sick.
I know, right? So, pretty awesome.
The most famous person I ever got a signature from was Nerdrotic. So,
Oh, dude, I think Dave Mustaine, when he was crazy on drugs, he told Nerd Rock to piss off, something like that. Yeah, you have to ask Gary this story. I can't remember the exact details, but Gary, if you ask Gary, he'll tell you about his encounter with Dave Mustaine. He'll tell you. And Dave Mustaine in the '80s was absolutely nuts, which is perfect. So
yeah.
he was totally everyone was crazy in the '80s. So when I heard that, I'm like, oh, I believe it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, do you play Dark Souls? Now I'm curious.
I wanted to. I just never got around to it. And it's something I would like to do someday. I just gotta I'm trying to find time to get a PS5. I can't even find that because of how much of a pay. Yeah, dude, I know. I got a Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart that arrived here on the release day. Still the shrink wrap waiting to be played, and I'm going to play the new Guardians of the Galaxy game. I hear that it's actually good from people whose opinions I value, and apparently it takes a good amount from the comics too, which is cool. And they're telling me it's good, so it's like, oh, now it's gonna be 2 games I got in the shrink wrap waiting to be played because they made it impossible to get a hold of a PS5. But let's get out of the video game territory so we can get back into the food land. I want to ask you.
Okay.
I know I'm the interviewee, but I want to do one question for you. What is the biggest meal of food that you have successfully tackled? The
biggest meal I've ever tackled. Holiday meals I don't really count because I just stuff myself till I pass out. So, other than that, I'd say it was probably the biggest meal I ever ate at a restaurant was I went to Outback Steakhouse and I got their Melbourne, which is the 22-ounce porterhouse. I got the baked potato, the blooming onion, the steamed vegetables, 3 loaves of bread, and I think that day I even had some cake afterwards.
So. And you had cake after, man. Your gluten intake is amazing. I'm so proud that you did something like that. You had cake after all of that because I could see somebody like, oh, heavy breathing.
Well, that's when you know you're just getting started eating, is when you start wheezing. So, beer cares. Gosh,
it happens. It really does. Nah, dude. I'm proud to know that you can take a good meal when it needs to come to the time to chow down hard.
Indeed. So, is your family more of a traditional Thanksgiving turkey kind of thing, or since we have Turkey Day coming up, or do you more of pizza?
They do. No, obviously they do more of the traditional, like Stella, my girlfriend. She's Greek, so they like the traditionalism, as well as my parents from my side. They like it too. Like if I could slide in some pizza, like sneak in some pizza, obviously the attempt will be there. But yeah, they're very straightforward. And for me personally, I'm all about the turkey. I'm all about the cranberry and potatoes and gravy. Big on potatoes and gravy. Like that's always I love. I could have a bowl on that alone. Seriously.
Do you like stuffing?
You know, I've tried so many times to do the stuffing, and I've yet to find one that just connects with me. It's just kind of like there for me. That's really all it is.
Well, if at any point you have the opportunity to come out here once again, I will gladly have you try some of our homemade stuffing. We do it.
I would love to try it.
We've discovered that if you use the cheap bread, like bimbo bread, let's say, and you bake it with just enough Kerrygold Irish butter, it becomes super delicious.
I'd try it. Hey, I would give it a shot. I want to be wrong because I look at it like on like pictures, like food porn, and I'm like, oh, this looks good. It's got a cool name, and then I just have the bite. It doesn't check out for me. So yeah, I would love to be proven wrong. I really do.
All right. Are you a sweet potato kind of guy?
Yeah.
Traditional potatoes.
I'm more traditional at the end of the day, but as sweet as that's like an all else fails type of deal. Like I'll have it, like if there's really nothing wrong, but then I have to like do things to make it bearable. And that's always kind of like been my argument with things. Like if I like, it's kind of like I always hear a lot, and I'm assuming Sherry is a vegetarian or vegan, so I have just a forewarning. Sherry, I'm gonna make the tofu argument. So. When I've had a lot of vegetarian friends who I've tried some of their vegetarian food, it's pretty good, but I never understood the battle of tofu because like I could have like a vegetarian chorizo on its own merits, and I had to add anything, and it's good. And tofu, you have to add these things to make it good, but when you have it on its own merits, it just kind of tastes like nothing. And I use that same basis for when I have pizza. Because I always say, if you find a pizza place and their plain cheese is good, that's when you know you've hit gold. Because if their plain cheese kicks ass, then the rest of, like, that's a genuine good pizza because it shows you didn't have to add other things to make it good. Don't get me wrong. I love my toppings. I do. But when your plain cheese is awesome, you are a genuinely killer pizzeria. And that's where I'm at. Ooh, yeah. She said, I don't add tofu. Hey, okay, nah. Yeah, tofu. I don't get the tofu. I don't. There's so many better vegetarian food options out there. That's not one of them.
Especially as protein options.
Yes.
Tofu for me has always just been very bland. I've tried several different types of tofu, and it's just nah. But speaking of tofu, egg drop soup. Do you like egg drop soup? Because they put tofu in that a lot. My brain.
I don't think I've had it, so I'm gonna say.
You've never had egg drop soup before?
I mean, can you show me a photo? Maybe I need a recollection, but to my knowledge, I don't think I've actually had it. I feel like this is something I would know, but
try egg drop soup. It's very simple.
Okay,
very simple.
Give it a shot. I mean, I'm a fear factor type of guy. I will try most things. I don't want to say anything because. When you say the words anything, someone out there is going to exist to test that. Oh, I've had this.
So, yes, egg drop soup is literally typically a chicken stock or chicken broth that you bring to a boil.
Yeah.
You can flavor it however you want, but typically you just crack eggs in and let them cook in the egg drop soup while you're stirring it. It's very good. I like it a lot. It's probably one of my favorite Chinese soups. But I can't believe you can't even...
No, I have
broke
had
my
it.
brain. That would have broke my brain if you said you never tried that. I'm like, have you ever been to a Chinese restaurant?
Yeah, now that I've seen the visual, I have had it. No, it's pretty good. Once again, not like a to go go-to thing, but it's good. Like usually, like when I'm at like restaurants, I don't try to go for the soup because I want to try to have all my commitments laying waste on the meal and hopefully the dessert that follows after. And especially now with the YouTube life, this is the part that conflicts me. I can't eat as much because if I eat too much, I start to get into like a food coma thing, and the last thing I want to do is be on a panel
The struggle is real.
and be like, ugh. And I've had a few close calls. Like one time way back in the earlier days when me and Latino Slant were doing an X-Files panel, and I late at night we're doing what I think we're up at midnight or 1, and it was hard. I was getting sleepy. I think I fell asleep for a few minutes too, and I think Paulie woke me up on stream. He's like, hey. I was like, oh, hey. It's a good thing I had my It's a good thing I had my camera off too, because of the
right.
I've heard stories about drunk 3PO.
He falls asleep quite a bit, or he used to. He's been managing to stay awake most of the time now, but he falls asleep quite a bit. Do you like Chinese food?
Oh, love it.
What's your favorite Chinese food dish?
I love the garlic beef or garlic. I like garlic beef. I love that. Of course, I like vegetable fried rice, chicken fried rice as well. I gotta love my fried rice. I like Mongolian as well. Orange, of course, the traditional orange chicken is good too. But yeah, there's so many good items from the Chinese outlets. It's just like, man.
Have you ever tried Singapore Mei Fun before?
I have not. I've definitely never heard of it. I have a feeling that if I see an image of it, it's not going to look familiar.
No, it probably wouldn't. So Singapore Mei Fun is pretty much like a goulash Chinese food dish.
Okay.
They basically take all of it and just shove it in to a dish with these tiny little Mei Fun noodles. It's super delicious.
It sounds amazing.
Well, you said you're not a fan of curry most of the time, right?
Yeah, but I'd still give it a shot. I mean, that's the thing. I'll still give it a shot. That's my whole spiel.
Yes, if you find a place that has good Singapore Mei Fun, it will stain your teeth yellow almost immediately.
Oh, I believe it. And sometimes you have to have small prices to pay. It's kind of like when you have a bag of chips or something. Your fingers and your breath. Mm-hmm. Hey, that stuff consumes your breath and your fingers when you have a bag of chips. It's just, you got to take chances. And if that's what I got to do with food like that, cowabunga it is.
Hell yeah. Well, I know it's only been 47 minutes, but yes. I think we're going to call it. Thank you, everyone in the chat. You're all awesome. And thank you, Nickweiser, for joining us.
It was a pleasure.
Make sure that you guys join us tonight on Yelling at Parked Cars over on Comics Division's channel. And, of course, join me next week as I get Daddy Dick's Division himself on here, and we'll talk about whatever the hell comes into my brain.
Yes, guys, tune in next week. I'll be hanging on the chat for that because I can't wait to listen to that for myself as a fan and also a friend of these fellow dudes of the Dick's Division. It's going to be great. So thank you for all hanging out with Sir TalksALot and I. He had some very entertaining questions to ask, and he knows how to bring on the laughs and knows how to bring out the grossness. And if you're somehow listening and watching, you're not please sub to this guy. He's one of the brighter talents of this whole scene in the YouTube-averse. So he deserves it, and he's obviously putting in the hours, far more than me. It's not even close. So give him a sub if you haven't. And don't just watch his shorts, watch actual videos that he puts production to because they're super entertaining. He gets a lot of credit for being a good voice, but he also should get more credit for being a great entertainer in general.
Thank you.
And to the chat, have a great day. And Sir TalksALot, go ahead and talk.
Well, as always, make sure you're subbed to Nickweiser. He's an awesome guy. Do you have any streams coming up? What's Toxic Tuesday tomorrow?
Toxic Tuesday tomorrow. We're doing Tombstone, and look, we have a stacked panel. We got Clobbering Times. We got Tom from Midnight's Edge coming on. Matt from Fallable. It's gonna be like Jesse also from Midnight's Edge After Dark is coming on. So it's gonna be like a Clash of the Titans of sorts because this is a stacked panel. So come check that out. I also got my apple pie toast crunch video coming out. And I also have a review on the Rocky IV Director's Cut soon. So,
nice.
So keep your ears out for that. And, of course, as TalksALot said a minute ago, Yelling at Parked Cars is tonight, Monday night, 9 p.m. Central. We have us in Culture Casino and George the Giant Slayer as well and Wes Moody. Please join us as we talk about the most ridiculous stuff, I was going to say, shite
Indeed.
In the world. So, yes.
It's going to be a good time regardless.
Oh,
and
yes.
I don't have an exit video, so let's just do this one again. Bye.
Bye.